Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan.
Good morning and warm greetings to all.
Yang kami hormati, Rektor Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Ayahanda Dr. Insinyur Haji Abdurrahim Nanda, Magister Teknik, Insinyur Profesional Utama.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Rector of Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Dr. Insinyur Haji Abdurrahim Nanda, Magister Teknik, Insinyur Profesional Utama.
Yang kami hormati, Dekan Fakultas Kedokteran dan Ilmu Kesehatan Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Ibunda Profesor Dr. Suryani As'ad, Master of Science, Spesialis Gizi Klinik, Konsultan, beserta para wakil dekan.
The Honorable Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Profesor Dr. Suryani As'ad, Master of Science, Spesialis Gizi Klinik, Konsultan, along with the Vice Deans.
Yang kami hormati, Ketua Panitia Ibunda Dr. Andi Werisompa, Magister Kesehatan, Spesialis Neurologi, Konsultan. Ketua dan Sekretaris Program Studi di Lingkungan Fakultas Kedokteran dan Ilmu Kesehatan Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, segenap dosen, mahasiswa, serta para peserta konferensi yang kami banggakan.
The Honorable Committee Chair, Dr. Andi Werisompa, Magister Kesehatan, Spesialis in Neurology, Konsultan, Heads and Secretaries of Study Program, esteemed lecturers, students, and distinguished participants.
Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Marilah kita panjatkan puji syukur kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala karena izin rahmat dan karunia-Nya, sehingga kita semua dapat berkumpul di ruangan ini dalam keadaan sehat walafiat untuk menghadiri acara pembukaan Unismuh Medical and Health Sciences International Conference Umedhicon.
All praises be to Allah Almighty, who has granted us health and blessing, so that we may gather here today to attend the opening ceremony of the Unismuh Medical and Health Sciences International Conference, Umedhicon.
Hadirin yang berbahagia, untuk mengawali acara pada pagi hari ini, marilah kita menyimak pembacaan ayat suci Al-Quran oleh Saudara Tauku Muhaidir. Kepada Qori yang kami hormati, dipersilakan.
To begin our ceremony this morning, let us listen to the recitation of the Holy Quran. To the Qori, we respectfully invite you to the stage.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق اقرأ وربك الأكرم الذي علم بالقلم علم الإنسان ما لم يعلم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم والذين أوتوا العلم درجات يرفع الله الذين آمنوا منكم والذين أوتوا العلم درجات صدق الله العظيم. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Marilah kita bersama-sama menyanyikan lagu kebangsaan kita, Indonesia Raya. Hadirin dimohon berdiri.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us sing together our national anthem, Indonesia Raya. Please rise.
Hadirin dipersilakan duduk kembali. Acara selanjutnya, marilah kita dengarkan sambutan dari Dekan Fakultas Kedokteran dan Ilmu Kesehatan Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Ibunda Profesor Dr. Suryani As'ad, Master of Science, Spesialis Gizi Klinik Konsultan. Kepada yang terhormat, kami persilakan.
Next, we will hear the welcoming remarks from the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Profesor Dr. Suryani As'ad, Master of Science, Spesialis Gizi Klinik Konsultan. With great honor, we invite you to deliver the speech.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Honorable Rektor Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Dr. Insinyur Abdurrahim Nanda MT IPU, our all invited speaker from many countries, Dr. Lisa from Altena Davao University, Philippines, and two speakers from University Science Islam Malaysia, from Brown University, USA, from Taipei Medical University, Taiwan, from Gajah Mada Medical University, Prof. Sulis, from University of Lahore, Pakistan, and also from the internal for the speaker from Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar. Yeah. And also the international office, Mai Maharida, thank you very much for all the participants who attend this activity for 3 days. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this international conference, Universitas Muhammadiyah Medical Health Sciences International Conference. We are happy to have guest speakers and participants from many parts of the world to have here with us today. These 3 days activities covering many programs, starting with the workshop. Yesterday we did 4-item workshop, consists from medical, pharmacy, nursing, and midwifery. And also we have symposium and alumni general assembly, plenary lecturer, gala dinner, and also related to Ar-Razi research competition. Where is our student? Ar-Razi medical competition. Yeah, we can have applause to our student. And also conjunction with the Milad FKIK. Actually, this program already set with the many activities related to internationalization with international program in Faculty of Medicine, Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar. Actually, there are 6 international program, yeah, start from Maca, Makera, Malebi, Marep, Pi, Macora, Pandrita, all are the acronym from the Buginese nomenclature which has specific and meaning with the have the specific value. Hopefully this program will be implemented for the all activity in many study program in Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences. On behalf of Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, welcoming all of you and thank you very much. Your presence bring great energy and mark many meaning for this event and truly special for me and all of us. Thank you very much, and hopefully Rektor Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar will give a speech and opening this activity. Nasrum minallah wa fathun qarib wa basyiril mu'minin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Hadirin yang berbahagia, tibalah saat yang kita nantikan bersama, yaitu sambutan sekaligus pembukaan acara secara resmi Umedhicon oleh Rektor Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Ayahanda Dr. Insinyur Haji Abdurrahim Nanda, Magister Teknik, Insinyur Profesional Utama. Dengan segala hormat, kami persilahkan Bapak Rektor untuk memberikan sambutan sekaligus membuka acara ini secara resmi.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we have been waiting for, the official opening of Umedhicon. With great respect, we invite the Rector of Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Dr. Insinyur Haji Abdurrahim Nanda, Magister Teknik, Insinyur Profesional Utama, to deliver the speech and officially open the international conference.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu. Wa na'udzubillahi min syururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudhillalah wa may yudlil fala hadiyalah. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah. Asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu la nabiyya ba'dah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable the Dean of Medicine Faculty, all of Vice Deans, Head of Study Program, and all of the lecturers, and our beloved students. Allow me to welcome our honorable presenters, Ibu Dr. Lisa Floreska. Welcome to Indonesia, Prof. From Ateneo de Davao, University of Philippines. Ibu Dr. Nur Parahin binti Abdurrahman from University Science Islam Malaysia. Ibu Profesor Dr. Sulis Ikawati from Universitas Gajah Mada, which is present in person. The Honorable Bapak Profesor Dr. Asfak from University of Lahore, Pakistan. Yu Pin Lim, PhD from Brown University, USA. Dan Bapak Prof. Timothy, PhD from Taipei Medical University, which is present virtually. And they congratulate the Dean of Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Ibu Profesor Dr. Suyani As'ad, as the presenter for this event. Distinguished delegates, honorable speakers, respected colleagues, and dear participants who attend this conference virtually and physically. On behalf of Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, and in particular the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, it is both an honor and privilege for me to warm welcome all of you to the Umedhicon Medical Conference. We are truly delighted to host this important academic gathering, bringing together distinguished experts, leading researchers, healthcare professionals, and students from across the globe. To our respected keynote speakers and panelists, we extend our deepest gratitude for sharing your knowledge, expertise, and valuable time with us. To our delegates and participants, your presence demonstrates your dedication to advancing medical knowledge and your commitment to improving the quality of healthcare in our communities. Umedhicon is more than just a conference. It is a platform for dialogue, collaboration, and innovation. It embodies our shared vision of strengthening medical sciences, promoting holistic health, and addressing the evolving challenge of healthcare in today's world. Through scientific discussion, research, presentation, and knowledge exchange, we hope to generate impactful insight that will not only advance academic excellence, but also bring tangible benefit to society. Dear presenters and scholars, at Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, we are deeply committed to nurturing future healthcare professionals who are not only competent in science and technology, but also grounded in ethics, compassion, and service to humanity. Our Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences continues to strive in fostering high-quality education, impactful research, and community engagement. This conference is a reflection of that commitment as we provide opportunities for our students, lecturers, and researchers to engage in international scientific collaboration. We believe that medicine and health sciences thrive on collaboration. By working together across institution, disciplines, and borders, we can accelerate research, strengthen innovation, and build sustainable solutions for global health challenges. We hope that the connection established here at Umedhicon will lead to long-term partnership, joint research initiative, and collaborative projects that extend far beyond this conference. Once again, I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to the organizing committee. Where are you all? The speakers from Ateneo de Davao University of Philippines, University Science Islam Malaysia, University of Lahore, Pakistan, Brown University, USA, Taipei Medical University, and Universitas Gajah Mada, and all participants, especially saya hampir lupa, Chairperson of the Institute for Cooperation and International Affairs, Ms. Maharida. And all participants who have made this conference possible. May this gathering inspire us, enrich our understanding, and strengthen our collective efforts to build a healthier and more resilient society. Welcome to Umedhicon, and we wish you all a fruitful, inspiring, and successful conference. Let we open this conference by reciting Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nasrun minallahi wa fathun qarib wa basyiril mu'minin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kami mohon berkenan kepada Rektor Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar untuk melakukan penabuhan gendang secara simbolis. Kami juga mengundang Dekan Fakultas Kedokteran dan Ilmu Kesehatan Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar serta Ketua Panitia untuk naik ke atas panggung.
We respectfully invite the Rector of Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar to strike the traditional drum. We also invite the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences to head of the committee and our honorable guests to join on stage.
Terima kasih kami ucapkan atas pembukaan secara resmi. Hadirin yang kami hormati, demikianlah rangkaian acara pembukaan Unismuh Medical and Health Sciences International Conference Umedhicon pada pagi hari ini. Semoga kegiatan ini dapat menjadi sarana berbagi ilmu, memperkuat jejaring akademik, serta memberikan kontribusi nyata bagi pengembangan ilmu kedokteran dan kesehatan, baik di tingkat nasional maupun internasional.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the opening ceremony of the Unismuh Medical and Health Sciences International Conference, Umedhicon. May this conference serve as a platform for knowledge sharing, academic collaboration, and meaningful contribution to the advancement of medicine and health sciences both nationally and internationally. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kami turut mengundang para tamu undangan dan para peserta untuk naik ke atas panggung guna untuk foto bersama. Mohon kepada peserta untuk turut maju ke depan untuk mengikuti foto bersama. Kami juga berterima kasih kepada sponsor yang telah berkontribusi dalam acara ini. PT Mulia Husada Jaya, Bank Negara Indonesia, PT Alsuma Mandiri Indonesia, Ikatan Keluarga Alumni Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar,
dan juga kami mengucapkan terima kasih kepada PT Ichiba Medical Indonesia, PT Bintang 5 Medica, PT Mindari, BSI, dan BTN Syariah.
Kami turut mengundang semua peserta untuk naik ke atas panggung untuk mengikuti sesi foto bersama. Silahkan untuk para peserta berdiri di tempat masing-masing.
Kami persilakan kepada seluruh peserta konferensi untuk dapat menikmati coffee break yang ada di bagian belakang ruangan. Terima kasih. Dan di sini ada juga booth-booth dari sponsor kami dari PT Mulia Usada Jaya. Kemudian ada Bank Negara Indonesia, RSPKU Muhammadiyah Unismuh Makassar, PT Alsima Mandiri Indonesia dan Ikatan Keluarga Alumni FK Unismuh Makassar. Ada pemeriksaan gratis maupun hadiah-hadiah menarik dari setiap booth yang ada di ruangan. Terima kasih.
Hadirin sekalian, acara selanjutnya adalah sesi ilmiah yang akan dipandu oleh Dr. Andi Pudia Hanum Pratiwi. Tempat dan tanggal lahir, Ujung Pandang, 28 Desember 1987. Department of Parasitology, Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Muhammadiyah Universitas of Makassar. Alamat, Jalan Sultan Alauddin, nomor 259, Makassar. Education, 2005 sampai dengan 2008, Bachelor of Medicine, Hasanuddin University. Tahun 2008 sampai dengan tahun 2011, Medical Doctor, Hasanuddin University. 2017 sampai dengan tahun 2018, Master of Infectious Disease, the University of Western Australia. Tahun 2021 sampai dengan 2025, Internal Medicine Specialist, Hasanuddin University. Mari kita sambut ke atas panggung Dr. Andi Pudia Hanum Pratiwi, spesialis penyakit dalam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, dear doctors, professors, my fellow colleagues, all the audiences who is attending this plenary session, the first plenary session of Umedhicon conference. In this time, we are privileged to hear two speakers who are both are experts in their fields. One is from School of Nursing and the other one is from Clinical Education. Let me introduce you to the first speaker, Dr. Lisa Floresca. She is a leader and scholar in the field of nursing education and research. She's a respected academic. She's a dean of School of Nursing of Ateneo de Davao University in the Philippines. Today, she will deliver a talk with the title Advancing Patient Outcomes Through Multidisciplinary Research and Innovation in Nursing Education. She plays a key role in shaping the future of nursing through innovative teaching, research, and multidisciplinary collaboration. She will share to us valuable insights drawn from the transformative work being previously done in nursing education in Ateneo de Davao University. I think this session will be both inspiring and practical, will integrate research, education, and clinical practice into improve health outcomes and professional development in nursing. Without further ado, please join me in warmly welcoming Dr. Lisa Floresca.
Good morning. Can I have my slides, please? Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the generous introduction and for the warm welcome once again here in Makassar. This is not my first time here, as I was able to attend the Matcha 3 program of the Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar back in 2023, together with the 5 faculty members and 4 students from the Ateneo de Davao University. After 24 hours of traveling from Davao City, finally I'm here in Makassar again. My deepest gratitude goes to the esteemed rector of the Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Honorable Dr. Abdul Rakhim Nanda, the Dean, Dr. Soriani, the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, and of course, to my friend, Ms. Maharinda Manindar, the Chair of the Internationalization Office, for this gracious invitation. I also wish to acknowledge and thank the organizing committee for their tireless effort in bringing us all together for this vital international convention. To my fellow deans, co-speakers, faculty members, dedicated healthcare professionals, nurses, students, and all distinguished guests from across the globe, it is truly an immense honor and privilege to be here. I come to you today not just a dean of the Ateneo de Davao University School of Nursing, but as a fellow advocate for advancing health and well-being of our patients. This international conference focused on health, nursing, midwifery, and medicine provides a crucial platform for us to collectively envision and build the future of healthcare. Thank you again for this opportunity to share insights on a topic that is both timely and profoundly important for the future of our patients. The title of my sharing of my talk for this morning is Advancing Patient Outcomes through Multidisciplinary Research and Innovation in Nursing Education, the Ateneo de Davao University of Nursing Experience. Next slide, please. So these are the topics that I'm going to present this morning. Next slide, please. To understand where we are going, it's essential for us to first appreciate where we have come from. Humanity's quest for health has been a continuous journey, marked by distinct eras of transformation, and we have moved from rudimentary practices to highly sophisticated interventions. Medicine 1.0 was the era of empirical knowledge and traditional wisdom. This was about observation and trial and error, and also the use of natural remedies practices that have sustained communities for millennia and indeed still hold valuable lessons for us today. Think of the traditional healers in our own communities across Southeast Asia. Then came Medicine 2.0, ushered in by the scientific revolution. This was the birth of germ theory, the development of vaccines, and the discovery of antibiotics. Medicine 3.0 brought us into the age of specialization and advanced technology. This is where we saw the rise of complex diagnostics, groundbreaking surgical innovations, and the proliferation of pharmaceutical solutions. As we enter the 21st century, Medicine 4.0 began to take shape, the digital and connected era. Electronic health records became common. Telehealth emerged as a viable option, and we saw the early adoption of AI for diagnostics. Therefore, Health and Medicine 6.0 is not just an evolution. It's a necessary revolution. It's a proactive stance. It's about intentionally shaping a future where healthcare is just about treating sickness, but about fostering universal well-being. Next slide, please. So what exactly does this transformative vision entail? We have Health and Medicine 6.0 is a multifaceted vision. This is built on several core principles. Or this can also be our health. Okay, that's correct. So this is our global health challenges now that we are in Medicine 6.0. So why Medicine 6.0, by the way? The question is valid because the answer lies in the unprecedented acceleration of technological advancement and the escalating complexity of global health challenges. Firstly, the pace of technological change is no longer linear. It's exponential. What took decades to develop in Medicine 2.0 now takes years or even months. If we merely react, we will always be playing catch-up. Secondly, we face a confluence of global health challenges that demand a new paradigm. We have all recently experienced the profound impact of emerging infectious diseases, rising burden of chronic non-communicable diseases such as diabetes mellitus, heart disease, cancer, etc. Our aging populations globally mean more complex care needs and a greater demand for long-term health solutions. Crucially, the climate change impacts on health are becoming undeniably, and from heat-related illnesses to vector-borne diseases and food insecurity. And perhaps most critically, the health disparities and inequity persist, denying vast populations access to even basic care, let alone advanced medical interventions. Next slide, please. So this is now Health and Medicine 6.0 core principles. First, it's about hyper-personalized and predictive care. Imagine healthcare so precise that interventions are tailored not just to your general demographic, but for your unique genetic makeup. This leads directly to the second point: proactive, preventive, and promotive healthcare. The current model often waits for illness to strike. Health and Medicine 6.0 fundamentally shifts this. Third, it's about being intelligently integrated and interconnected. This means a seamless flow of information, secure, private, and actionable across all levels of care. Fourth, it must be globally collaborative and equitable. Health challenges do not respect borders. Health and Medicine 6.0 demands that we break down geographical and socio-economic barriers. Fifth, the critically important, it must be ethically guided and human-centered. As we embrace powerful technologies, we must ensure that the human being remains the obsolete core. And finally, it must be sustainably focused. Health and Medicine 6.0 integrates environmental health and sustainable practices into every aspect of healthcare delivery, from hospital design to waste management, recognizing that a healthy environment is foundational to healthy populations. So these are ambitious goals, but they are within our reach. And to achieve them, we must leverage the most powerful tools at our disposal. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Technology is not just an add-on. It is a fundamental enabler of health and medicine 6.0. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are already transforming diagnostics. And imagine AI algorithms detecting the earliest signs of cancer from medical images far before a human eye could perceive them. Quantum computing. Its ability to process vast amounts of data simultaneously could revolutionize drug discovery, allowing us to model complex biological interactions and potentially unlock new levels of personalized medicine that are currently unimaginable. The bioconvergence is perhaps the most profound as well. Finally, the extended reality, compassing the virtual reality, the mixed reality, will revolutionize training and care delivery, such as our surgeons can practice complex procedures in highly realistic virtual environments. Patients can use VR for pain management as well. Next slide, please. While technology is a key enabler, health and medicine is about much more than just gadgets and algorithms. It requires fundamental shifts in how we manage information, how we govern, how we deliver care, and how we empower individuals. The data revolution and interoperability are paramount. It's not enough to generate data. We need the ability to securely collect, analyze, and share vast amounts of health data across disparate systems and even across international borders. This brings us to the ethical frameworks and governance. As technology advances at an incredible pace, our ethical considerations must advance even faster. We need truly integrated care models. The traditional silos between primary care, specialist care, public health, and even social services must be broken down. Crucially, we must foster empowered patients and citizen scientists. Patients will no longer be passive recipients of care. They will be active participants in their health journey. And finally, sustainable healthcare systems are non-negotiable. We must design healthcare infrastructure and practices that minimize environmental impact. Next slide, please. Let me be clear. In the era of health and medicine 6.0, nurses are not just important. They are and will remain the backbone of healthcare. Their roles will evolve, become even more critical and sophisticated. Nurses will become digital navigators, guiding patients through increasingly complex digital health ecosystems, helping them understand and utilize new tools and platforms. They will be data interpreters, translating the vast amounts of data generated by wearables, AI diagnostics, and electronic records into actionable, compassionate care plans for individual patients. As technology becomes more pervasive, nurses will be the ethical stewards, ensuring that care remains compassionate, human-centered, and respects patient dignity amidst technological advancements. Nurses will be at the forefront as health promoters and educators, leading the change in preventive care, and fostering health literacy within our communities, moving care beyond the hospital walls. With the rise of telehealth, there will be remote care specialists, delivering high-quality, personalized care via virtual platforms, extending reach to underserved areas. And critically, nurses will be clinical innovators, identifying practical applications for new technologies, adapting care models, and driving improvements from the ground up. Their empathy, critical thinking, and direct patient interaction will be more valuable than ever. This evolution demands a transformation in how we educate our future healthcare professionals. Next slide, please. As the Dean of the Ateneo de Davao University, Philippines, our mission is to prepare the next generation of healthcare leaders, not just for today's challenges, but for the realities of health and medicine 6.0. This requires a fundamental rethinking and medical education. It starts with curriculum transformation. We must integrate core competencies in AI, data science, bioethics, health informatics, and digital health directly into our medical and nursing curricula. We must champion interprofessional education. The future of healthcare is collaborative. We need to foster seamless collaboration from future doctors, nurses, allied health professionals, and critically, even engineers, data scientists, and ethicists. They must learn how to speak each other's languages and work as integrated team. Instilling a global health perspective is also vital. Our students must understand global health challenges and solutions, promoting cross-cultural collaboration from the outset, especially within our diverse Southeast Asian region. We are emphasizing human-centered design thinking. This means teaching empathy, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills to design healthcare solutions that truly meet human needs, ensuring technology serves the patient, not the other way around. Perhaps most importantly, we must cultivate a lifelong learning mindset. The pace of change means that what is learned today may be obsolete tomorrow. And finally, we must establish and strengthen research and innovation hubs. Universities must be centers of discovery, investing in research, and pushing the boundaries of health and medicine 6.0, often in collaboration with industry, government, and international partners. Next slide, please. Likewise, in a hypothetical health and medicine 6.0, characterized by hyperconnectivity, precision, medicine, artificial intelligence, VR, genomics, etc., the role of nurses are crucial. So here are the key roles: fostering digital fluency and health informatics expertise, cultivating precision and genomics nursing competencies, emphasizing preventive and proactive health strategies, integrating interprofessional collaboration and team-based care, cultivating critical thinking, adaptability and innovation, and ethical leadership and advocacy in a data-rich world. Next slide, please. No ground vision comes without its challenges, and health and medicine is no exemption. We must be realistic about hurdles that we face. First, the digital divide. This is a significant concern among nurses and other health professionals. How do we ensure that the benefits of these advanced technologies reach everyone, especially in remote or underserved communities, and that all populations have the necessary digital literacy? Data security and privacy are paramount as well. Protecting sensitive patient information in an increasingly interconnected digital world is a continuous and evolving challenge. We will constantly face ethical dilemmas. As we push the boundaries of what's possible, we must navigate the moral complexities of genetic editing, AI decision-making, and resource allocation. Workforce readiness is critical. We need to not only train new professionals, but also upskill and reskill our current healthcare workforce to adapt to these new tools and methodologies. Regulatory frameworks often lag behind innovation. We need agile, forward-thinking regulations, and that keep pace with rapid technological advancements without stifling innovation. And finally, funding and infrastructure will require significant investment. Building the necessary digital infrastructure, advanced research facilities, and training programs is a massive undertaking. Next slide, please. However, for every challenge, there is a greater opportunity. The potential rewards of embracing health and medicine 6.0 are truly transformative. We stand on a cusp of unprecedented cures, potentially solving diseases that have plagued humanity for centuries. We can look forward to extended health lifespans, enabling people to live longer, more productive, and fulfilling lives, free from chronic illness. We have the chance to achieve true health equity, bridging the gap in healthcare access and outcomes globally, ensuring that quality care is a right, not a privilege. Individuals will experience personalized wellness, empowered to take proactive control of their own health journeys. And by integrating sustainability, we can build sustainable health systems that are resilient, environmentally responsible, and capable of serving generations to come. Next slide, please. The vision is particularly relevant for our region. As we gather here in Makassar, it's vital to consider the unique roles of Southeast Asia can play in this global transformation. Our region, with its incredibly diverse populations, unique health challenges, and rapidly growing technological adoption, is fertile ground for leading the change in health and medicine 6.0. We have the opportunity to leverage traditional knowledge. We have also the community-based solutions that we are doing right now. We have also regional collaboration like this international conference. And finally, we must prioritize youth engagement or our students' engagement. Next slide, please. In the evolving landscape of the health and medicine, the integration of multidisciplinary approaches is crucial to achieving better patient outcomes. At Ateneo de Davao University, the School of Nursing has embraced innovation through active collaboration with experts across disciplines, including our IT, engineering, sociology, and health sciences. These partnerships have led to the development of transformative projects that enhance both teaching strategies and patient care. Next slide, please. At the Ateneo de Davao University, we are deeply committed to fostering the environment where innovation thrives through collaboration. We recognize that the complex challenges of modern healthcare cannot be solved by a single discipline alone. Our university is uniquely positioned with a wealth of experts across various fields, and we have actively leveraged this internal talent to revolutionize our teaching strategies within the School of Nursing. This collaborative spirit directly translates into tangible improvements in how we prepare our future nurses, ultimately enhancing the quality of patient care and outcomes. I'm here today to share some of the pioneering projects and innovations that I have the privilege to spearhead, showcasing how this multidisciplinary approach works in practice, especially in the Ateneo de Davao University. Next slide, please. My next project at the School of Nursing is the collaborative research with the two prestigious schools in Davao City, the San Pedro College of Nursing and the Davao Medical School Foundation Incorporated, in which I am also the Board of Trustees, representing the Ateneo de Davao University, with the aim of improving maternal, newborn, and child health nutrition. The title of this research is Perspective of Community Health Teams on Their Roles, Enablers, and Challenges on Maternal, Newborn, Child Health, and Nutrition. This is to explore the experiences of the barangay health workers on their roles, enablers, and challenges on mother and child nutrition. Next slide, please. The second significant initiative is the Malnutrition Intervention Alternative, or MIA, in which I had a chance to share the findings of this research paper when I had an opportunity to join the Matcha 3 2 years ago here in Makassar. This malnutrition problem in the Philippines is still existing, so malnutrition remains a critical public health issue in the Philippines, particularly in Mindanao. And we felt compelled to address it in the Ateneo de Davao University. This project aims to combat the pervasive malnutrition problem in Mindanao, Philippines. This project is a prime example of interdisciplinary synergy, bringing together the clinical expertise of the School of Nursing, the operational capabilities of the Malnutrition Intervention Alternative Office, and the community insights from our sociology department. The result is tangible product, a nutritional supplement made from ingredients uniquely found in Mindanao. What's truly remarkable is that this product is now produced by the university itself and has received full approval from the Food and Drug Authority in the Philippines. We have moved beyond research to implementation. Various agencies are now sourcing this product from the Ateneo de Davao University, a testament to its proven effectiveness and the rigorous research that validated its nutritional value and shelf life. Next slide, please. The third is our collaboration with the Robotics Engineering Department has opened up exciting avenues for innovation in nursing education. We have tackled two key areas here. First, next slide, please. First, we recognize the need for an accessible and effective review tool for our graduates preparing for the Philippine Nursing Licensure Examination. Together with the Robotics Engineering, we designed and developed a dedicated nursing reviewer Android app. Next slide, please. This application serves as a comprehensive review platform allowing our graduates to prepare anytime, anywhere, significantly enhancing their chances of success of passing the board exam in the Philippines. Up to date, the Ateneo School of Nursing is consistently has 100% passing rate in the nursing board examination with top-notchers. The batch 2024 graduates has 3 top-notchers, top 3, top 7, and top 9 with 100% passing rate in the nursing board examination. Next slide, please. The second project with the robotics engineering, an interdisciplinary project with the robotics engineering again. This is to address the practical needs of our skills laboratories. We have partnered to design and produce 3D printed materials such as our IV arms. Instead of outsourcing IV arms from different companies, this is very expensive for us to buy in the Philippines. So we are now producing it in the Ateneo by printing the 3D materials for our return demonstrations and simulations activities among our students. Next slide, please. This project was a collaboration among our faculty of the School of Nursing. This is to address climate change in Davao City. So I had my team with me. I am the lead researcher, and I tapped also the researchers from the Faculty of Nursing. And the title of our research is Knowledge and Perception on Anthropogenic Climate Change and its impact to human health in Davao City. This is a mixed method research study funded by the Ateneo de Davao University Research Council. Next slide, please. One of our most cutting-edge initiatives is the integration of virtual reality into our community health nursing curriculum. This project is a testament to the power of cross-departmental collaboration involving our IT department, ICOM, and Arisen. This is entitled Integration of Virtual Reality or VR-based Teaching Strategy through Interdisciplinary Collaboration in Community Health Nursing 1 at the Ateneo de Davao University. This project actually began as my capstone project during my nurse lead training at the University of the Philippines, Manila, in which the final requirement is to submit a capstone in order for me to pass the course. And I am incredibly fortunate that it received a full endorsement and support of the university management, particularly our university president. I am assembled a team, IT experts, and together we designed a rich VR scenario. Students will immerse themselves in a simulated nuclear Filipino families of 6 members. Within this virtual environment, they will encounter various health and environmental markers, allowing them to apply theoretical knowledge of family assessment and intervention in a realistic yet controlled setting. This is a game changer for teaching complex community health concepts. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So these are just the photos of our students during the first run and the second run of our virtual reality project in the Ateneo. Next slide, please. This is another project with the robotics engineering. This is a collaborative spirit project extends beyond our university walls. We have forged an exciting partnership with the engineering department and the College of Medicine at the Davao Medical School Foundation, Incorporated. This collaboration has led to the development of a unique biotechnology, a sphygmomanometer equipped with voice trigger capabilities for blood pressure monitoring. This innovative device will be utilized in our students' return demonstration for vital signs checking. It provides an interactive and precise way for students to practice, offering immediate feedback and ensuring accuracy in their technique. This project not only streamlines the learning process, but also prepares our students for a future healthcare landscape where technology and automation will play an increasingly significant role in clinical practice. Next slide, please. One project that we are planning to implement anytime this year is to conduct the live experience of the cancer patients in Davao City. This is another collaborative research project with our base hospital, the Southern Philippines Medical Center. This is not a nursing collaboration under SPMC, but the radiology department. As you can see, we are not limiting our collaboration among nursing schools and also nursing fields. We are extending our collaboration with the other fields. Next slide, please. We have also a research project in collaboration with the sociology department within the Ateneo de Davao University. This is entitled Traditional Healers and Health Belief Systems in Rural and Indigenous Communities in the Davao region, a socio-medical approach. Next slide, please. And hopefully, we could be able to start our joint research with the Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar. We are planning to have 3 joint research with geriatrics and also medical surgical, or maybe nutrition or natural family planning. Let's have our meeting this afternoon for this. So the School of Nursing strategies are therefore perfectly aligned with this overarching goal. By embracing these multidisciplinary collaborative models, we are not only enhancing the quality of our nursing education, but also driving impactful research that address real-world problems. Ultimately, this strategic alignment ensures that our efforts contribute significantly to community health and national development, preparing nurses who are not just skilled clinicians, but also innovators and collaborators. Next slide, please. From all the effort of the School of Nursing in Ateneo on research and innovation, the impact is cost-effective teaching tools, improved student engagement and outcomes, and strong institutional and community support as well. Next slide, please. Life is not perfect, isn't it? But we are learning from various collaborations that we have experienced at the Ateneo. Some hurdles are managing expectations across disciplines, overcoming resources limitations such as budget and manpower. Even with visionary leadership and collaboration, the most significant challenge is the management support. Without the support, we cannot push through this research and innovation. So what would be our future directions? Next slide, please. For our future directions, I hope we could be able to continue expanding our collaborative projects together, exploring new technologies and partnerships, integrate AI, robotics, and data analytics, empowering the next generations of healthcare leaders, and expand research partnerships and fundings. Next slide, please. So the journey towards health and medicine 6.0 is not a solitary endeavor. It is a collective responsibility demanding concerted effort from all of us. It requires collaboration. We must work together across disciplines, breaking down the traditional walls between medicine, nursing, public health, engineering, and data science. We must collaborate across institutions, sharing knowledge and resources, and we must collaborate across nations, fostering a truly global health community. Next, investment. This vision requires significant investment in cutting-edge research, in robust digital and physical infrastructure, and most importantly, in human capital, nurturing the talent that will drive this transformation. Next is innovation. We must foster a culture of bold experimentation and breakthrough thinking. We cannot be afraid to challenge existing paradigms and explore new frontiers. And empathy. Amidst all the technological marvels, we must never forget that the heart of our health, or the heart of all healthcare, is the human being. That's our patients. Empathy, compassion, and dignity must remain our guiding stars. Technology is a tool to enhance human care, not to replace it. And finally, courage. The courage to challenge the status quo, the courage to embrace the unknown, and the courage to build a future that is better than the present. So, I issue a call to action to each one of us as leaders and stakeholders in health, nursing, and medicine. Let us commit ourselves to this transformative vision. Let us work together, pooling our intellect, our resources, and our passion to build a future where health is not a privilege, but a fundamental right realized for all. A future where every individual, every family, and every community can thrive in good health. Next slide, please, for the conclusion. Our experiences at the Ateneo de Davao University strongly affirm that multidisciplinary collaboration is not just a desirable approach, but an essential one for realizing the vision of health and medicine 6.0. We have demonstrated how innovative teaching strategies born from these collaborations directly translate into tangible improvements in patient care and outcomes. The MIA project, our collaborations with the robotics engineering and the pioneering VR initiative in the Philippines are just a few examples of how these partnerships are making a real difference on the ground. Looking ahead, we are committed to expanding these collaborative ecosystems, exploring new technologies, and forging even more partnerships. Our goal is to scale these successful interventions and continue empowering the next generations of nurses, doctors, and other healthcare leaders who are equipped to navigate and shape the future of health and medicine. With that, thank you very much for this opportunity in sharing our experiences on multidisciplinary approaches to health and medicine.
Thank you very much, Dr. Floresca, for the insightful and inspiring presentation about Health and Medicine 6.0 and interprofessional projects that has been previously done in ADDU in the Philippines. Now we are continuing to our second speaker. We are pleased to introduce our second speaker, Dr. Nur Farahin binti Abdul Rahman from University Science Islam Malaysia. She completed her PhD in primary care and population health at University College London in 2023. She joined University Islam Malaysia as a lecturer, and she also supervises students' research projects in USIM Malaysia. Dr. Nur is accomplished academic and researcher whose work focuses on clinical education, communication skills, behavioral science, and professional development. This morning, she will give us a talk with the title, Navigating the Complexity of Clinical Decision-Making in Future Studies. In this talk, Dr. Nur will explore the nuanced and often challenging landscape in clinical decision-making. Without further ado, please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Nur Farahin binti Abdul Rahman.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. I would like to bid first and foremost to the Dean of FKIK, University Muhammadiyah Makassar, Professor Dr. Suryani As'ad, MSc SPGKK. I would also like to bid it to the Head of Committee of Umedhicon, Dr. Andi Weri Sompa, MKes SPNK, and not forgetting to the Officer of International Relations, Ms. Maharida Mahindar, for welcoming us and inviting me to be the speaker today. So, Health and Medicine 6.0 imagines a system where precision medicine, patient-centered care, and digital ecosystem converge. Within this, clinical decision-making becomes both the foundation and the pressure point. Doctors must act as gatekeepers to knowledge, values, and context, not just executors of algorithms. So my area of research interest is related to clinical reasoning. And today, I would like to define for you what clinical reasoning is. So perhaps some of the doctors may have known this. So this is just a recap of what you have already known. And clinical reasoning for decision-making is the cognitive and metacognitive process clinicians use to gather, interpret, and act on patient information, which is foundational across health professions and central to ensuring safe, effective care. However, we also know that with any clinical decision-making, we do have diagnostic errors. And this is due to faulty reasoning, and it remains a significant threat to patient safety, underscoring the need for improved educational assessment. May I ask the slide, the technician to perhaps just stop them and wait until I say that's next. Do not let it to present automatically. Is that okay? Yeah? Cool. Right. Can we go to the next slide, please? Slide 2. Okay, that slide, the one that you just shown. Yeah, this one. Thank you very much. So Hanam and his team discusses the transformative impact of artificial intelligence across multiple domains in healthcare. And the use of AI, for example, in healthcare includes as diagnostics AI system, where they enhance accuracy and speed in disease detection, potentially outperforming traditional diagnostic methods. Is it okay with the slide, or do you have issues showing the right one? Okay, that's the right one. And secondly, apart from diagnostic ability, it is also used for personalized treatment. And we have heard quite extensively from the previous speaker, where personalized treatments essentially is going to be the next frontier in terms of medicine and healthcare. So within that, artificial intelligence will enable tailored therapeutic strategies by analyzing complex patient data, such as genetics, clinical characteristics, as well as treatment history to inform more effective and individualized care. And finally, the healthcare system efficiency has been emphasized as an AI tools that will have the capacity to streamline healthcare delivery, reducing human error, speeding up workflows, and improve overall patient outcomes. So some of the applications of AI in multiple domains in medical sciences include AI that has been used in cancer, prenatal diagnosis, cardiology, clinical decision-making in general practice, language barrier, and robotic surgery. Next, please. Now, the questions that we have in hand, next one, please. Yeah, so the questions that we have in hand is AI a disruptor or a transformer? So the fifth industrial revolution, characterized by human-AI collaboration, contains personalization and a heightened emphasis on ethical responsibility. In healthcare, this means decisions could be increasingly mediated by AI through clinical prediction models, decision support systems, and federated learning for diagnosis. As Mustafa Sulaiman, the CEO of Microsoft AI, highlights, the AI has moved from being a very narrow tool to an infrastructural force shaping economies, governance, and daily lives, including healthcare. Next, please. So AI really is a double-edged sword. In Malay, we call it serampang dua mata. The positive side of it is that it can synthesize very rapidly a big amount of data, where you can actually reduce diagnostic errors and do a more precise treatment, as well as allow somewhat equitable access to knowledge. So the proponents of AIs in healthcare would say this to us. However, over-reliance on machine cognition risk will erode our contextual judgment, empathy, as well as moral reasoning, which are skills intrinsic to doctors as human gatekeepers. So AI would not be able to process emotions, for example, no matter how much you want to input emotive expressions or languages. Hernandez and Linzel explore the evolving role of AI in clinical trials, framing it as a progression from artificial intelligence towards augmented and ultimately applied intelligence. What does that mean? It means that AI has the potential to enhance human decision-making, automate routine tasks, and revolutionize trial processes, especially in areas burdened by high costs and also inefficiencies. However, they also caution that realizing these benefits requires rigorous validation and regulatory oversight. They recommend a structured framework addressing 4 key components, which include reliability and validity, transparency, generalizability, and bias, and privacy. Without these 4 safeguards, AI could perpetuate existing biases or compromise ethical standards. In the next slide, I will show you how AI can actually enhance biases in clinical decision making. Next. Now, one of the core tensions in AI-driven medicine is that machine learning models do not exist in isolation. They inherit the limitations and biases of the data they are trained on. In clinical decision making, these biases can become amplified because healthcare data itself reflect systemic inequities, measurement errors, and context-specific concerns. So here are some of the key categories of existing bias that can be perpetuated by AI. The first one is underrepresentation of minority groups. I think people from Southeast Asia in general, regardless of whether or not we are part of multi-centered randomized control trial, for example, we are still very much underrepresented in the global healthcare research. Now, many clinical data sets disproportionately, for example, include white, males, and middle-aged populations. This means models may generalize poorly to women, children, elderly, or ethnic minorities such as ours. For example, algorithms predicting cardiovascular disease risk often underestimate risk in women and non-white populations because these groups are historically underrepresented in cohort studies. Another example is related to age bias, umur. Older adults with multi-morbidity are often excluded from trials, considering that they may have comorbidities, they may not feel as well as other research participants, and which means that this will lead to models trained on healthier patients rather than a better generalizable model. Now, the second key categories of existing bias that can be perpetuated by AI is insurance and access bias. Patients from wealthier backgrounds are more likely to have comprehensive health records, mainly because they have more frequent visits, lab tests, as well as other imaging modalities done onto them, because they have more access to this healthcare system. Now, while disadvantaged populations will have fragmented or missing data, I feel like when I did my PhD, I was actually situated in a room full of PhD candidates who are doing big data analysis. And I still remember one of my office mates' expertise was actually digging missing data and dealing with it. So this is something that we also, if we want to be better at reducing biases in giving the AI a better solution, we need to consider how do we deal with a lot of missing data in a big data population. For example, geographical bias. So data concentrated in urban academic hospitals, such as ours, may not reflect realities in rural or in a low resource settings. We can also have data quality bias. Clinical notes are very subjective, and lab results may vary from institution to institution. And furthermore, diagnostic coding practices may differ depending on the healthcare as well as the clinical system. This will bring towards observer bias, where what gets documented often depends on clinician judgment, which itself can be biased. For example, underdiagnosing of depression in men or pain in women and racial minorities, just because they do not communicate their pain in a more expressive manner. Another example of data quality bias is due to proxy variables. What this means is, this is where our machine learning models sometimes only use proxies. For example, they use postal codes for socio-economic status instead of real socio-economic status data. They can also use prescription refills to approximate adherence to medicine and relate that to encoding systemic inequalities. The fourth bias that can occur within AI model is called embedded inequities. This is where historical healthcare practices, such as fewer referrals for women to cardiology and racial disparities in pain management, are recorded in the data and ML models trained on them, which perpetuate those inequities. For example, cultural framing of illness. When I did my MD in Australia many years ago, I still remember a catchphrase of Italian back, where people from the Italian ethnicities are expected to have a very expressive articulation of pain compared to people from Asia who may speak very few, and sometimes even during childbirth, they would not say a word or make a noise like the white female Aussies who will scream, the whole world will hear them. Therefore, if we just from the matter of behavior feels that Asian women feel less pain during childbirth, it's not true at all. That's why we have to think really seriously about cultural framing of illness, where diagnostic categories or symptoms descriptors may not capture variations in how different populations express or report symptoms. Next, please. The other bias would be label bias. The gold standard labels usually are written as diagnosis, outcome, treatment success. And these would depend on clinical judgment or coding practices, which are not free from human bias. For example, if successful treatment is defined by survival in a trial population that excluded older adults, the model's prediction would not generalize. In another example is what we call as algorithmic feedback loops. If a machine learning model prioritizes certain patients for testing of treatment, future data will reflect those interventions, reinforcing the model original bias. This is very much on how we consume our social media, how we consume our TikTok or Instagram. So your FYPs will generally be fed back to you based on your current consumption of social media. This is what we call as algorithmic feedback loops, and these reinforce models' bias. The sixth one is related to the local healthcare system. If a model trained in the United States, obviously it will not fit to the billing-driven documentation patterns that do not exist in our healthcare system. This creates what we call as temporal bias, where medical practice evolves. Say, for example, we need a new treatment for COVID-19, but because ML was trained way beyond that, sometimes it will not capture the latest need for the population. And this will show as if we have outdated care standards. Next one, please. Why does naming bias matter for clinical decision making? This is because biases in training data can lead to misdiagnosis, overtreatment, or undertreatment of vulnerable populations. So if we reflect upon ourselves, let's think, who are the vulnerable populations within our healthcare system? Temporal bias, for example, like I mentioned just now, is one of the few things that usually perpetuate the biases related to clinical decision making, and without careful attention to data provenance, fairness audits, and contextualization, machine learning risks entrenching existing inequities rather than alleviating or reducing them. Next, please. So AI is envisioned as a transformative future for clinical research and evidence-based medicine. Subaya and his team coined the term deep medicine by highlighting how technological breakthroughs are poised to revamp the traditional clinical evidence paradigm. So we have something like technological momentum versus translation lag. So for us, for people like us, who most of the time are just technology users, we will experience the translation lag. So despite remarkable advances in omics, CRISPR, Cas9, AI, and big data, the translation of these innovations into clinical research systems such as ours remains very slow. For example, drug development remains expensive and inefficient, with many projects floundering in the valley of death, meaning that it will not even lead to the next stage where we are supposed to give it to patients, right? And this causes significant problem between translating what we have found in research to the bedside. However, the COVID-19 crisis also exposed fundamental limitations in clinical trial ecosystem. We remembered how the vaccines were quite expeditiously given to us considering the pandemic at that time. However, we must also learn that with this kind of technology such as AI, we will be able to accelerate the adoption of adaptive, patient-centric trial designs, prompting researchers to imagine how evidence can be generated and used. Therefore, next-generation trial designs would purportedly involve master protocols. So for those who are perhaps a little bit more nerdy in terms of research trial, will be very familiar with these labels. The ones that they call as umbrella or basket or platform and master observational trials, but making it into a more flexible frameworks that can efficiently study multiple interventions across diseases or biomarkers to facilitate faster, more targeted discoveries. So instead of waiting for the umbrella trial to finish, then only you will start with the basket trial or the platform trial, you can now run them across all platforms. The idea about AI is also when it can embrace real-world evidence and transportability. So in RWE, where routine clinical care and pragmatic studies are combined together, it can complement RCT or randomized control trials, helping bridge the gap between trial data and real-world issues. Techniques like transportability analysis support will help generalize findings across diverse settings. And apart from that, we would also want the research to be patient-centric and decentralized trials, meaning that instead of just doing it in very cosmopolitan, highly resourced setting, we would want some of the research trials be decentralized to settings like ours, as a lower to middle income countries. So moving forward, trials must evolve to make patient participation easier and more accessible, utilizing decentralized designs and remote data collection to improve inclusivity and relevance. So what are the key takeaways from leveraging AI to help us in translating better research data to bedside? Number one, it's related to having a more streamlined biomarker-driven trials across multiple arms. Two, we support applicability of findings to broader real-world populations through RWE and transportability. Number three, we enhance trial accessibility, diversity, and participation through patient-centric trials. And finally, we really dig deep evidence by moving medicine towards holistic, multi-dimensional evidence models through data integration. Next slide, please. So why do we need to say deep evidence? Like in my opening speech, anything that we name, we can somehow tame it. The metaphor of evidence-based deep medicine is like an iceberg, where traditional clinical evidence is the tip, enhanced by integrating vast layers of data from Internet of Medical Things, electronic health records, genomics, real-world data, multi-omics, and beyond, to create more comprehensive and personalized medical data. So all this evidence are the ones that is submerged under the sea. Next, please. So in essence, AI is already present in current healthcare system as well as medical education. But evidence is fragmented and underdeveloped. Future progress requires methodological rigor, ethical guardrails, and alignment with educational theory. The systematic review of AI literature future by a group of authors emphasizes three main areas. The first one, that future clinicians must be AI literate. Whether we like it or not, it has to be included in our medical education curriculum. And the understanding should not just be about how to use. Like I said, we always are the final technology user. But essentially, we have to be the people who put in the input into the AI machine learning models. And then, with regards to ethical areas, clinical reasoning, for example, is never purely cognitive. It also involves social, cultural, and ethical filters. Therefore, AI systems, if go unchecked, risk embedding bias and depersonalization. The application that AI has at the moment definitely can support, but not replace, doctors' interpretive, contextual, and value-based reasoning. We use it as a pedagogy, where generative AI is increasingly being positioned as a tool that facilitates learners' autonomy, that can self-regulate the way they learn in medical education. And finally, they are also used as part of immersive learning, which Professor Lisa has showed us before, through metaverse, which includes augmented reality, virtual reality, and it can transform medical education by enabling interactive and slightly risk-free learning environments. This will allow learners to develop clinical competencies within somewhat realistic immersive simulations. Apart from that, it can also expand access and inclusivity by supporting integrative health practices, encouraging professional identity and competency development, as well as addressing equity, resources, and implementation in medical education. Next one. Next. Right. So the self-directed content creation, for example, is something that I think many medical students have used. Say, for example, I know my medical student used ChatGPT to create questions and answer for them to come up with flashcards, for example. If you are familiar with Anki method, that is one of the ways that you can actually encourage students to refresh their learning materials through ChatGPT. Next one. Right. Experts emphasize the growing necessity of AI literacy for future physicians, but noted that current integration into curricula is uneven and insufficient. Major barriers include a lack of faculty expertise, limited institutional resources, and unresolved ethical and legal issues. At the same time, AI presents significant opportunities, such as enhancing diagnostic reasoning, enabling personalized and data-driven learning, and fostering interdisciplinary collaboration. To advance AI education, experts actually recommend faculty development programs, adoption of interdisciplinary teaching models, and embed ethics and critical thinking about AI into our medical curriculum. Therefore, the need for AI in curricula will lead to growing importance, but at the moment, the integration remains quite uneven. The barriers and challenges related to lack of expertise, particularly among the academics, called for interdisciplinary teaching and learning together with other people who are more proficient in AI. For example, like in your university, it is related to robotic engineering. In our university, for example, we are collaborating with the Faculty of Engineering as well as cybersecurity. Next, please. So these are some of the applications that has been used in medical education related to AI. For example, AI-driven flipped classroom, where you get the machine learning to interact with the students at their own time, and when they come to the classroom, they will interact directly with the lecturers, meaning that they will validate whatever information that they found on whatever large language modeling that they use to and have a good discussion with the lecturers. Say, for example, in my own class about antibiotics in primary care, antibiotic use in primary care, we have done, for example, a rapid debate among the students based on whatever language learning model that they use on 4 different topics, for example. And therefore, at the end of it, as a lecturer, I will be able to say whatever that you found is correct, whatever you found is probably needs further researching in one of the ways we are using for AI flipped classroom. Next. Right, smart glasses. Who in the audience have used or at least seen smart glasses before? No? Do you, Fariza? No? You just have the VR set. So in other parts of the world, they have used smart glasses to help simulate procedural training. So, for example, they are used to help doing certain type of procedural. So instead of wearing the very heavy VR sets that can sometimes cause headaches, for example, the smart glasses will be much lighter version of the VR part. Now, what is also good with smart glasses is that it has been shown multiple times in the literature that it improves procedural skill acquisition by enabling real-time observation of surgeries and interactive instruction during live clinical scenarios. I couldn't find the medical students. Do we still have medical students here? How many of you, when you did your residency or medical school time, managed to actually see what is on the operating table? Do you? Most of the time, we can't actually see like in there. If someone who's short like me, among the Aussies who are super tall, unless they provide me a bench, or stool rather, to stand on, I will not be able to see what's going on in the OT. But with smart glasses, you can have the camera and you using the smart glasses seeing what's actually going on. And that is giving us a much more immersive learning experience compared to just, being there, not knowing what's going on. Now, the good thing about smart glasses also is remote collaboration. These devices support geographically independent learning, allowing students to participate in training even when they are posted to remote areas. So, for example, in OSIM, this is what we have currently doing, where we will have an immersive learning space. You have your mannequin, you have your high-fidelity procedures, for example, that is broadcasted to other hospitals and branch faculty, because majority of our students are actually stationed in 4 different hospitals all around Malaysia. So something like smart glasses or anything approximating that can improve remote collaboration. And finally, it can also increase learner engagement and collaboration, where this technology fosters collaboration, analytical thinking, attention, motivation, and effective learning through enhanced immersion and engagement. While AI may be something that is quite new to us in terms of its ability to help us in medical education, other parts of digitalization, I'm sure, has been done by even Unismuh. From USIM Medical Education, we have spearheaded the use of digital logbook, for example. So instead of using old paper, easy to miss, coffee on the missing logbook, we have migrated them 100% into digital format, where you can actually track students' progress in real time. So, Ma'am Rida, when you come next time around, we'll show you. All right, next, please. So what's next? Right. I'm here standing in front of you from someone who's thinking about clinical decision making. And what that means is that whether we like it or not, artificial intelligence will make some decisions on behalf of ours. Truly, even right now, those medical professions related to images as well as pathological has increasingly been carved out by AI taking over the decision making. But what I'm asking you now is that we must recenter our ability as human gatekeeper. As IR 5.0 permeates healthcare, there is a temptation to reduce medicine to data points and predictions. Yet clinical decision making is not just cognitive competence. It is narrative, contextual, and very much relational. Therefore, doctors must reclaim their role as interpreters as well as gatekeepers. And the way we translate AI outputs into meaningful advice is also echoing what Professor Liza was saying about filtering decisions through purposes, cultural norms, and patient narratives. And from what I've read and perhaps watched YouTube about, I don't know whether or not you do have some healthcare inputs from your very famous LaLigo text. If you do have that, what we are very delighted to know is that AI reduced the, because now they are actually getting back all the extinct languages. So if they can AI LaLigo, for example, we may be able to get regional as well as local wisdom in telling us what to do for our own people. Because genetically, we are Southeast Asian people. We have our own remedies and traditional medication. We have our own wisdom. So that's what my call of action, for you to recenter human healthcare towards us being the gatekeepers, and also dig in all the local wisdom that we have by inputting them into those models that we are hoping to also contribute to the world. Besides that, it is also important for us to anchor decision-making in ethical humility, not just computational certainty, by providing accessible standards which related to health information that must be education level and linguistically personalized, and also automated to a certain extent. We must have reliability metrics, the way we measure prompt output, quality, and risk, especially by clinical domain, must be made available to all of us, users and doctors, using our own contextual language and needs. Thirdly, in terms of prompt risk stratification, we must have framework to evaluate how dangerous or urgent a prompt is, so higher risk queries can be flagged or redirected to less variable sources. Finally, content guardrails means that we can improve oversight, not necessarily by human review, which doesn't scale, but through training, testing, and alert system that is built into the models themselves. Once again, I would like to thank Umedhicon committees and Unismuh for inviting me to this amazing conference and for the ever warm hospitalities extended since the beginning of our collaboration. With that, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, Dr. Noor, for the presentation. At this point, we would like to open the floor for 5 minutes or 10 minutes maybe for questions and discussions. If you, we now invite you if you have a question or do you want to share your thoughts or reflection, please. Would you mind please to introduce yourself briefly before asking the question?
Thank you. Bismillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thanks for this opportunity. I am Dewi. I am a lecturer in medical and health sciences Unismuh, and I am a student of doctoral in public health Hasanuddin University. And I'm very interested on your present. For the first keynote speaker, I see there are 10 projects include with Unismuh Makassar being presented. And are they all work on simultaneously or in stage? And how long is the total time used, and which project has the highest level of difficulty? And I completely agree with the research on collaboration system. It's very beneficial for all of us. And for the second keynote speaker, to what extent does your country allow research using AI? Are there any specific restrictions that need to be followed, especially for intervention involving humans with cohort study to avoid the bias, like the social culture, maybe? Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Doc, please, could you please repeat the first question? The first question. Yes.
The first. All project works simultaneously or step by step, and which project is the highest difficult to be implemented? Thank you.
Thank you for that question. You mean the different projects of the School of Nursing in the Ateneo? This is not done simultaneously. We're done this step by step. Actually, we started 3 years ago with the different projects and collaborations with the different departments at the Ateneo de Davao University, together with the different partners such as our base hospital and other institution partners in the city. This is just my 4th year as a Dean of the Ateneo de Davao University. We had a lot of projects before as well, but these are just the recent projects that we are doing with our partner institutions as well as the different departments at the university. The question, which of the project has an impact maybe in the medical or our School of Nursing curriculum? Recently, this is our creation of the virtual reality for the community health nursing. This is an initiative of the School of Nursing, and we are no longer buying VR from the very expensive company that supplies the virtual reality for our return demonstration and simulation activities, but we are now creating our own together with our IT departments and experts who are very knowledgeable in creating virtual reality, guided by, of course, artificial intelligence or AI, which is very powerful tool to create innovation for nursing education and also medical education. The Ateneo de Davao University has no medical school, but we have our consortium school, which is the Davao Medical School Foundation, Incorporated, in which we are also collaborating with, and our experts are helping them innovating their own tools for their students for their return demonstration and simulation activities among their medical schools and nursing schools. So we are helping each other in terms of collaborating and projects in order for us to improve nursing intervention, medical intervention and treatment for our clients in Mindanao.
Thank you, Dr. Floresca. We move to the second one.
Hello. If I understand your question correctly, whether or not there are contextual biases that can affect the results of cohort study, is that right? Yeah, okay. Thank you very much for the question. Indeed, yes, we can have biases with regards to the context of how it is done. And therefore, instead of trying to generalize it over to the whole population of the world, what we must address is the need to first generalize it to our own population with all the social, cultural, religious, values, ethics within our own cohort study. And if each of us do one cohort study, when they are rigorous enough, we can come up with a meta-analysis and come up with recommendations and suggestions, at least for our own population first, and then to a wider Indonesian, to Southeast Asian, to Asia. Okay, so that's how we should be progressing from where we are today, instead of consuming technologies from other people who may not relate to our own biases. We should come up with our own technology and results. So that's my answer to your question.
Thank you very much for Dr. Nur. Are there any more questions? Yes, Prof.
Thank you very much. Interesting presentation. For Dr. Lisa, you explain about the multidisciplinary approach, yeah, in handling and empowering the community, and then you have many benefits, yeah? And we know that there are some challenges, yeah? And also besides challenges, there's also opportunities. One is ethical aspect, yeah? How to handle, and especially for multicultural aspect in the population. And then for the Dr. Farah, how to implement artificial intelligence in clinical setting. Thank you.
Thank you for that question. Yeah, that is very challenging in terms of handling ethical consideration. Particularly in Mindanao, we have various culture. We have Islam, we have also Christians, Roman Catholics. What we're doing is always submitting our proposal to our ethics committee, that is the UREB in the University Research Ethics Committee. They are handling the ethical issues of our research and innovations in the Ateneo de Davao University. Then if it involves IPs or indigenous peoples in Mindanao, we are also submitting our proposal to their mayor and the one handling it for the review before we proceeding to our innovation. Yeah, I admit that it's very challenging to get an approval from various authorities, but we've been trying our best to justify for the best of our capabilities in order for us to get an approval and implement our programs, projects, and innovations, not only to our students, but also to our clients in Mindanao.
Thank you, Prof. Umedhicon, for the question. So with regards to clinical education, or probably a bit more extensively clinical practice on its own, there are actually various ways that AI has already been implemented. For example, in helping us to understand certain decision tree. So why do we diagnose A and not B? So decision support system can be quite useful in those instances, particularly if the situation is very urgent. Say, for example, if you are in the pediatrics neonatal ICU, where you have to make a split-second decision, you may use certain decision support system, such as Pew Score. So I have to say, we proudly have come up with an application of Pew Score. So for the pediatrician in the house, Pew stands for Pediatric Early Warning System, where when you see certain signs, clinical signs in pediatric patients, you can quickly score them instead of having to fumble with your papers. So you can just put them in the application, and then you can come up with, okay, what should be done now? So those are among the things that we can, the clinical application that we can do, and obviously teach to our medical students, nurses, other staff on how to use certain type of AI-driven clinical decision support system. And clinical decision support system is very close to my heart because this is one of my current research project that's related to how we can actually help Muslim and non-Muslim doctors to make decision about termination of pregnancy among high-risk mothers as well as fetus with abnormalities. This is in the pipeline, so inshallah, hopefully, at other times, we'll be able to share with you the research findings.
Thank you very much, Dr. Noor and Dr. Lisa. I believe there is a lot of more to discuss, but due to time constraints, I think this session will now come to a close. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to thank Dr. Noor Farhin and Dr. Lisa Floresca for your time and presentation. Please give applause. And we are also grateful to all participants for your engagement and your questions. We hope the ideas shared today will continue to inspire scholarly inquiry and professional collaboration as we move forward in our respective fields. Thank you once again for your attention. We wish you a productive and enriching remainder of the conference. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Kami undang Dekan Fakultas Kedokteran dan Ilmu Kesehatan Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, Ibunda Profesor Dr. Dr. Suryani Asad, Master of Science, Spesialis Gizi Klinik Konsultan, untuk naik ke atas panggung dan melakukan penyerahan plakat secara simbolis. Dan kami undang juga untuk pemateri kita tadi untuk naik ke atas panggung. Baik, jadi selanjutnya saya akan membacakan CV dari moderator selanjutnya yaitu Dr. Daraugi Aras. Baik, jadi beliau merupakan dosen Fakultas Kedokteran dan Ilmu Kesehatan yang bergabung sejak 2009, bidang ilmu farmakologi, namun tertarik dengan medical education dan Islamic studies. Untuk pengalaman beliau 2008 sampai 2009 merupakan dokter PMI Kota Makassar, 2009 dokter klinik swasta di Makassar, 2010 sampai sekarang merupakan dosen tetap Fakultas Kedokteran di Departemen Farmakologi, 2012 sampai 2014 Ketua Medical Education Unit Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, 2014 sampai 2018 merupakan Ketua Prodi Pendidikan Dokter Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, dan 2022 sampai sekarang merupakan yang pertama MIWA Fakultas Kedokteran dan Ilmu Kesehatan Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, dan juga Ketua Departemen Al-Islam dan Kemuhammadiyaan Fakultas Kedokteran Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar. Kepada dokter, kami persilakan untuk naik ke atas panggung.
Oke, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. I think it's getting fire up this afternoon. Okay, for this second session, to efficiently use the time, I would like to introduce myself first. I'm Dr. Daraugi, serving as your moderator for the second session today. So this session, we have our speaker here in Zoom meeting, Professor Yo Pin Lim from Brown University, USA, who will present development of an integrated biomarker and therapeutic from bench to bedside. Good morning, Prof. I think he's in the room Zoom right now. Or should I say good evening, sir? Okay, before you start your presentation, let me read your CV first. So, ladies and gentlemen, Professor Yo Pin Lim is a young professor from Pathology and Laboratory Medicine from Warren Alpert Medical School of Brown University, Providence, Rhode Island, USA. He got his MD and PhD from Free University Berlin, West Berlin, Germany. He's a researcher and also faculty staff in pathobiology. So if you search his name, you will get plenty of his publication on internet, mostly on pathobiology. So to efficiently, room Zoom is yours, Prof. Thank you. Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can see your slide, Prof.
be a key element of innate immunity. So it modulates many inflammatory pathways. So one of those is inhibiting proteases. So that is the patient with sepsis. Actually, severe sepsis patient that we divided into two groups, survive and non-survive. So when you look at the survive, it's significantly higher than the non-survive.
Sorry, Prof, we can't hear your voice. Prof Lim, sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's okay now. You can continue. Thank you. Yes, you can continue, Prof.
Premature infants. So as you can see, the level of negative blood culture infants actually higher than, significantly higher than the one that in blood culture positive. The same thing with the necrotizing enterocolitis or comparing to the control. So when we look at the sensitivity of this, well, we call it biomarker now. It's just, you know, to use it as a, to detect the disease. So we can have this area under the curve to measure the sensitivity. So 98% of the infants can be detected by this method, whereas the CRP it's much less, basically only 65% that detect this disease. So it seems like it can be used as a biomarker, and not only in the in the systemic inflammation. So last year we also studied the level of in babies that born prematurely with the hypoxic and ischemic brain injury. So the same thing here happen, control and moderate. That was done by immunoassay in the lab, so it takes 6 hours to do. So recently we developed a 15 minutes point of care rapid test that can be used anywhere without equipment. So basically similar to what you know from the COVID, but this one is actually for quantitative. So we need just a small reader, a portable reader to measure the level. So as you can see here in the middle, the standard curve of the assay, and if you compare the ELISA, the lab standard assay with this rapid test, there is a correlation of 94%. So it means that that's pretty good accuracy within 15 minutes only. So that maybe can be used to for patient in ICU or in ER, that can, the doctor can see the result within short period and make the decision about the therapy. So let me switch here to the therapeutic application of this, because as I show you, this protein decreases rapidly. So what we thought is maybe how about if we replace it to put it back. So we isolate this protein from blood, so purify the protein. So and we did many animal models, so listed here 8 animal models that we published already. So from sepsis to systemic lung injury and hypoxic ischemic brain injury, even adult stroke. So, but I will mention only 2 studies here. So one is the sepsis that use a model called sickle ligation and puncture in mouse or rat. So the way we did it is we have an incision and expose the cecum or the basically the gut and ligate part of it. So this is in the E ligate, and then we puncture with the needle. So depending on the size of the needle, you can have a different result of the mortality. So you can adjust the mortality by the size of the needle. But so, and then you squeeze the content and you close it. So 2 days later, the ligated cecum become necrotic. So, and you need to excise and basically remove it. If not, then 100% of the animal will die. But if you remove it, so 30% can survive. So that is the gold standard model for sepsis in the laboratory. And we did the study. So as you can see here, 2 groups. The blue one receiving saline, the red one received the protein, the purified protein, single dose, given 1 hour after the sepsis challenge, after that sickle ligation puncture. So we give it 1 hour because per definition, of 9/11 at that time, bioterrorism, and so on. So we got an opportunity to study anthrax infection or anthrax intoxication. So in this case, we have a mouse injected with spore of bacteria, of anthrax bacteria, and we give antibiotics. So the red line is the control, basically with saline or PBS control, and the black line is actually given antibiotics. And as you can see, both actually all died within 120 hours. So when we give inter-alpha inhibitor alone, we are surprised to see 20% improvement, 20% survival. So, but when we look at the lung capillary here on the right side, so inside is full of bacteria. So the inter-alpha inhibitor, the protein doesn't have any effect on bacterial growth. So the bacteria continue to grow. So, and although maybe the inter-alpha inhibitor try to reduce the inflammation, but still the majority of the animals die. However, when we combine it, the inter-alpha inhibitor with the antibiotics and given at 1 hour or 24 hours later, you see a significant improvement of survival. So from this study, we conclude that yes, you need antibiotics to kill the trigger or the source of the infection. But what killed the animal is not the bacteria, it's actually the inflammation. So by adding the anti-inflammatory drug, so you hope that you can have a good outcome. So this is what we observe in the clinical setting. So if you go to ICU and see septic patients, they all receive standard antibiotic therapy, and yet 50% they died from it. So another drug, so it's anti-inflammatory drug to take care of the inflammation. So when we look at the level of this protein in animals, so in this case it's baboon challenged with the anthrax, so we take blood every 15 minutes. So the blue line shows the level of this protein, and as you can see, within 2 hours, it's 50% drop. And while the IL-6 as the inflammatory mediator shoot up, so basically these two molecules is like inversely correlated. So, but I just wanted to show how rapid the drop of this protein is. So just to show you one experiment that we did to neutrophil. So basically, if you isolate neutrophil, they always activated, and the form is irregular, like on the left side here. So this is the irregular shape when the neutrophil is activated. However, when we add inter-alpha inhibitor with increasing amount, so you can see the shape is rounded and rounded, demonstrating a resting state. So basically, it inactivates the neutrophils. So when you add bitumen, which is the fragment that is only the light chain, the subunit of this protein that found in the urine, it doesn't seem to have that feature. So basically, the shape is all irregular. So, and here on the right side is the electron microscopy. So similarly, so all the irregular shape. So, and with inter-alpha inhibitor, you get it more rounder and rounder. So, just to summarize the mechanism of action, so this is the molecule in the bitumen, the light chain with the glycoaminoglycan chain. So it's basically has icosapent domain that inhibit all the serine proteases. But I believe it's the heavy chain is the more important role here, because it upregulates anti-inflammatory mediators, down-regulating inflammatory mediators, blocking complement, blocking endogenous danger signal like histone, protecting endothelial cells and stabilizing extracellular matrix. And what I showed you last, it seems like basically reducing the neutrophil activation and reducing the reactive oxygen species production. So just to summarize, so it seems that inter-alpha inhibitor significantly decrease during acute diseases, and it can serve as a biomarker to detect severe diseases, and replenishing or replacing inter-alpha inhibitors seems to give a beneficial effect in multiple experimental models in different species. So, and we think that combining this test, rapid test, and the replacement therapy maybe can change the outcome of these difficult diseases in the clinic. So just the question, how can we prevent it? So maybe if we have this test, so and then maybe give the anti-inflammatory drug, so this healthy boy can still be alive today. So that my conclusion. So I would like to thanks all the collaborators. This is a lot of collaboration with other groups and internationally, but also all the funding that given by the National Institute of Health that continuously supported the research in the past 15 years. So thank you so much for your attention. So if there is a question,
Please give a round of applause for Professor Yo Pin Lim from Brown University, USA. Thank you very much, Prof, for your great new insight for us. Okay, is it a Q&A session or we go to the second speaker?
hello?
Hello, yeah, yes, Prof. Okay, we are here to the Q&A session, so participants in the floor might ask about this topic to Professor Yo Pin Lim.
Hello?
Anyone? Prof? Professor Lim, can you hear me?
Hello?
Okay, we can hear you, Prof. Can you hear us? Hello?
I don't know, is that a problem, right?
No, it's a Q&A session right now, Prof. Would you mind to stay in the room Zoom to answer some question from the audience in the room? Okay. So, okay, we have one question, one participant to ask. Silakan, Dr. Budia.
Thank you, Prof. I would like to ask the side effect of the inter-alpha inhibitor proteins. Is there any side effect if we given it to the model? Thank you.
I think the sound is like very, it's hard to hear. Can you repeat it? Maybe somebody can help me to repeat the question.
Good morning, Prof.
Yes. So I cannot hear because it's like echo.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay. I would like to ask the side effect of the inter-alpha inhibitor protein.
back to the host. Thank you.
Selanjutnya kami mengundang kepada moderator untuk memberikan plakat simbolis kepada pemateri dan juga kepada moderator.
Prof. Lim, we would like to present the certificate for your participation as the speaker of this conference, Unismuh Medical and Health Sciences International Conference 2025. Thank you very much for your participation. Give a round of applause for the Prof. Yo Pin Lim, MD, PhD. Thank you. Next. Break.
Kami undang Dr. Andi Werisompa untuk naik ke atas panggung untuk memberikan plakat simbolis kepada moderator. Baiklah, inilah rangkaian acara kita pada pagi hari ini dan akan dilanjutkan acara setelah isoma. Kepada seluruh peserta disilahkan untuk menikmati hidangan yang telah disediakan. Dan kita akan berjumpa kembali di jam 13.00 waktu Indonesia Tengah. Thank you.
Welcome to the Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar, a place where future healthcare professionals grow with strong values, global competencies, and a passion to serve. Guided by our vision to become a leading faculty by 2025, Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, Universitas Muhammadiyah Makassar is committed to preparing graduates who are trustworthy, innovative, and highly competent, especially in emergency care. Through technology-driven learning, impactful research, and meaningful community service, we strive to bring real benefit to healthcare, both in Indonesia and beyond. We offer a wide range of academic programs, including Bachelor of Medicine, Medical Doctor Program, Bachelor of Pharmacy, Bachelor of Midwifery and Professional Midwife Program, Diploma in Midwifery, Diploma in Nursing. Each program is designed to shape competent and ethical healthcare professionals who are ready to compete on a global scale. Our campus is equipped with modern facilities that support learning, research, and clinical skills development.